according
Hey,
to the
good
technology.
morning. What? Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever you are. This is the new $1 show.
Yeah.
I
The
like the name.
$1 trade show. Not just a $1 show. It's not a discount
Yes.
show. Just we're cheap traders. We only trade a dollar at a time. We're like penny
But
stocks people.
yeah, but there's a reason for that. So let us explain first. I mean, the idea is it doesn't matter how much money you're putting in the markets. It matters the percentage of how much can you win from the money you put in. That's the
Yeah.
thing. That's the whole idea behind this.
I'm
And
just imagining some like degens like maybe Gainsey or something like that. Like, shut the fuck up. You're not gonna
yeah,
get rich from me.
it means the final number.
$1.82. But I was like, I thought that's where you started. You take 1 to 2, 5 to 10,
Yeah,
10 to 20. That's what I'm
that's the
thinking.
thing. That's the thing.
But we're
So
we're the
we
we're the dollar trade show.
dollar trade show. Yeah, and basically we are doing some tests in the last few weeks, and this is, I mean, the whole idea is to share that with you, to share some strategies and see if that works. And if that worked, how we got there. And this is what we have been sharing here with you guys. And today Nick's not alone. I'm back. I was sick
Yeah.
yesterday.
He didn't die.
Feeling better
I
now.
genuinely thought Diego was dead.
No, not yet. Not yet. I'm a resilient motherfucker. Okay. Nick, do you want to start or can I share my screen with you and let's talk to people what we were covering yesterday? So, okay, let me share my screen with you. As you guys know, we run as well the daily prediction. This is the best newsletter covering prediction markets. We've been out for over 2 months. We have over 1,000 people already reading us, which is pretty cool. So we highlight the top markets on Polymarket and Cauchy and Limitless. We also have some news about both of the three of them. But before do that, let's dive in the main topic, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
So will Trump
Oh, you
truly
got in this one
fire?
as well, right?
I got in that one, and that's the thing. I have a comment, dude. I did my research as soon as I got into that market. Suddenly, like 2 seconds, I bought my position. I went to my portfolio, and I was already down 26%. What the fuck? Can you explain that, Nick?
All right. So this is something that people might not understand about prediction markets. So you might be buying a position, right? Like up or down, essentially.
Oh, you
Like
froze.
for me,
You
when I'm doing the
froze.
crypto stuff, it's up or down. Right?
Yeah, you're back. You're
Am I
back
back?
now.
What
You're
is
back.
this?
I
I
don't know,
think the
your
weather's causing
VPN,
a problem here.
your
No, I
government.
turned
Don't
that
talk.
shit off for this. It's the
Don't
government.
talk.
They don't
Yeah,
want us to know.
don't talk bad shit about your government again,
It's
man.
because you have Trump on the screen and he's like watching
Maybe
us all.
they don't like Trump.
He's just
Yeah.
making. He's just like, don't say my name in the street, bitch. That's what Trump says. You know his mum was Scottish, right?
It is.
Yeah,
Okay.
all the way up in the islands, or like some islands like that nobody lives on anymore.
I didn't know that.
Because Trump cleared it. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So you're not just buying yes or no, right? So if you place a bet, for example, so how would I best explain this? If I'm looking at hourly trading on Solana, because that's what I'm playing with right now, because it's where I feel comfortable. And let's say there's like a resistance level on Solana that it's hitting, but that kind of just happens to marry 60 cents, for example, on Polymarket. So it is going up, right? And the market thinks it's going up. But if you buy at 60 cents and then it hits the resistance, keeps hitting it and goes down, then the probability goes down with it because people are inter-trading in the market, right? So then you will, if you bought it at 6 cents and it goes down to 55, I can't do the maths, right? But you will look like you've lost money. All you really need to do in that case is have the conviction, like you believe that was the direction it's going. You understand the support levels and resistance levels in the price at that point. So you're like, it's going to push through. Like end of the hour, it's going to push through. And that's essentially how you can buy something in Polymarket. And by the time you've done your wallet transactions and the page is refreshed, you're down like 40%, and you're like, fuck. So don't panic when that happens necessarily. Like it could be you simply bought it and you had a full reversal, because that happened to me
That
last week.
happens.
We were talking about it, right?
Mhm.
And it can happen at any point, but that's why it gets really frustrating, because immediately, just because of the way the interface is made, it looks like you're just buying yes or no, and you don't expect, with that simplicity, to see any change in your position as long as it's yes. But no, what it is you buy at that position, you buy at that price in that direction, and provided the market resolves in that direction, you'll get your full money back. But in between the opening and the resolution of that market, you can trade that, right? So like really savvy or really quick or really degenerate people will trade in that window of an hour, like up, down, and maybe like they'll be betting much larger sums, right? Because like when I go through the order book, for example, here, like there's people dropping like 3-5K and stuff like that. This is the dollar trade show, so like I'm like $1, $2. The last time I bet a 20, I lost, so I'm a bit scared now. But that's something to note when if you're approaching this for the first time. It's like, yeah, you might buy a side, but if you buy it and it's at resistance level or sentiment changes slightly, then you'll look like you're losing money. But as long as it resolves in that direction at the end, you'll win.
Yes.
And
exactly.
if you're not sure and you're up, like there's no harm in cashing out and
Yes,
taking profit and finding something that you're more comfortable in, or you think has got better direction or better outcome.
Yeah, and we mentioned this the other day. So what is important is not only important to be correct, but to be correct about the direction of the market in the correct time. Because there's the market resolution time frame. Let's think about Bitcoin. Okay, if you think Bitcoin is going to go to 120 by the end of September, doesn't mean that Bitcoin could go to 90 and go back. So if you're holding your position and Bitcoin goes to 90, let's say you're assuming Bitcoin is going to 120, I mean, you will lose money while it's going to 90, but you still have time to reverse that. So it's a matter of just holding on your position and your belief. And if you get to the correct position by the end of the resolution time, that's it. I mean, don't rush to close your position. I mean, unless you fundamentally think that something changed and that doesn't make sense to hold that anymore. I mean, maybe some news comes out, some situation happens that make you change your feeling about the direction of the market. But otherwise, just hold that. I mean, you need to have time on hands.
It's also important to say that this is not financial advice. We're
No,
not
of
telling you how
course.
to trade. We're just telling you what we do and how we feel about it when we're doing it.
Yes, I mean, and just trying to explain how it happens behind the scenes. I mean, behind what you're looking at your screen.
Because this stuff is really, the maths in the background is really complicated. So like there's always a bit of a lag. So, you need to be watching the charts for the price and the charts. Well, here's another important thing about those markets. If you're watching the chart, if you're doing crypto and you're watching the chart, make sure you're watching it for the exchange and the time frame that they're looking to resolve in. Like, don't look at Coinbase when they're using Binance. It doesn't make sense because there might be arbitrage going on there, or potential arbitrage opportunities. So always use the correct exchange and trading day.
Yeah, and so we've been showing Polymarket here just because there's more volume there. But if I can, correct me if I'm skipping ahead, Nick, but let me share my screen with you here. Just wanted to share some data about a comparison about Polymarket and Kalshi. So we've been showing Polymarket because by total volume, Polymarket has been killing it, like 3 times more volume than Kalshi, and dude, 800 times more volume than Limitless. But when we come to total markets, and this is interesting, Kalshi has way more markets, like 3 times more markets than Polymarket. And dude, Limitless is way behind both of them.
Limitless is niche. Like they do specific niche types of markets. Kalshi is going, like, I noticed, because there's somebody, is it John Wu or something like that? We were looking. He's really he works at Kalshi, and they're pushing this narrative that they're all markets. But unless they decentralize market creation, they couldn't possibly be all markets.
Yes, of course.
Again, it comes back to the liquidity. They've got to put their liquidity somewhere.
Yes, exactly.
And also, I think the reason you and I use Polymarket is because Kalshi is dollar, actual like fiat money.
So far,
So
yeah.
yeah. Well, they accept Bitcoin. They accept other payment methods. But I did go to set up an account the other day, and I'll probably
This-
like deposit the same we did, like start with $50 and do like dollar
Mhm.
trades here and see how it works. Because yeah, like I wonder what the differences are in the markets when they're starting to resolve. So it's a little bit of good research for us.
Are you able to see my screen here?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
oh,
Well,
okay,
maybe zoom
yeah.
in so people can see it, because it might not be very clear. If you can zoom in a wee bit
Okay.
more, there you go. That's a bit better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Cool. So something interesting. The two topics that we've been discussing. I mean, Polymarket of course dominates with volume, but Kalshi has way more markets. But when we come to the open interest, they are really close. And
Wow,
just
they're almost the exact same.
it is. It is. So this is something cool. So Kalshi has way more markets, but probably just some of them are getting the whole volume, right? Or they have way less volume in each market that they have. So basically, to compare, the total volume is the amount of money people are buying in and removing. So you buy a position, you sell that position. That adds up to the total volume. But the open interest is when you think about an exchange, all the orders that are open to buy or to sell a position that has not been filled yet. This is the open interest. So open interest is actually people who are there trading right now, and total volume, we can say that is the best of all the trades that have been made in the platform
Yeah.
so far. So of course, I mean, Polymarket has been around for longer, so it makes sense that the accumulated total volume, because people know Polymarket better for a while. But it's Kalshi, it's clearly getting on Polymarket assets right now.
Yeah. And
So
it was probably more accessible, right? Because it is just dollar, right? There's no crypto. I mean, when Polymarket's pretty straightforward. Polymarket's like us. There's a lot of account wallet abstraction going on. But yeah, I feel like because Kalshi is getting dragged through the courts quite a lot, or where anyway, like at the beginning of the year, I feel like they did have a lot more brand awareness because of that. So maybe more people just kind of go to it. They made a big deal of March Madness, like we did. For anybody who doesn't know, we ran a March Madness competition. It was called March Chadness because it was for the DGens. We gave away $7,500 in prizes, people.
Yeah.
One dude won it. It would have been split against people who all got the same score, but one dude come flying out, stole that whole bag and done a runner. So I'm very happy for
So and stay tuned because it's coming back next year.
it.
Yeah. So stay tuned. You can win that. So coming back to the volumes, and this is interesting. So we've been comparing basically
Can you zoom
Kalshi
in on that?
and yes, I
Zoom in
can.
on the Twitter because you can't really see stuff. There we
Yeah.
go.
So basically, this is limitless, and this is the difference of how much money we are talking. So the guys are highlighting that one of the marketing limitless about the Ethereum price on August 31st reached 400,000 USDC, which is the top volume that they got for one market. So it's
Right.
good. I
Yeah.
mean, it's interesting. So there is
Yeah.
demand for this,
Yeah, and I
but
think
they
there's
are still
a big disparity between
discrepant.
trading volumes
Yeah.
in different markets, and that's what I think is going to be really interesting. I can imagine when we launch, we'll start to see really niche markets that we don't know shit about or didn't even think existed as a thing get volume that's bizarre.
Yeah. So in one on this trading field, dude, limitless is really new. It's a really new, and as you mentioned, it's a really niche market. But the guys are they are getting there, you know.
Yeah.
So that's
The
it.
like Polymarket wouldn't have put them in there if they didn't have something that other markets don't have. Like they're in there. They're in the top three, right? They're on the podium.
Yes.
Whereas
Yes, of course.
there's other things that they're not cash ones, but like Manifold. There's lots of other sort of prediction markets and things.
Just for fun, yeah.
They're not cash, but they're fun. But they do loads of volume, so it's quite interesting. But you
Mhm.
can't. I wonder. I'd need to check actually. I think it'd be good doing a comparison. Maybe we do this in the newsletter against like top markets, but a top market in one which has got like a winning outcome or skin in the game versus one that doesn't really have skin in the game,
Mhm.
and see
With
how
only
accurate
points.
they are. I think that would be quite.
Yeah,
That's the human nature aspect of things, you know.
yes, that's a great idea. So we should try that. Let's do this. Let's do this on the newsletter, and then we can bring this to here. I have one more thing to share with you, and this is interesting because we've been talking about how poly market really got traction during the United States election, and everybody was saying,
Every
okay,
cycle.
what is going to be after the election? And mainly sports betting was driving all the volume to poly market. But this is interesting. So after the election here in October and November last year, we saw a drop in the volume of the trading volume of poly market. But now, for the last 3 months, May, June, and July, poly market got over 1 billion trading volume again in consecutive months. So it's proving the demand for prediction markets.
Also, so since what I noticed is since they did their raise because they raised 200 million, they have increased the amount of markets they have like considerably. So I think there was something like it was only like 1.5 to 3,000 markets, I think, before. Now it's, I think if we look at the number of markets, 6.7, right? So they
6.7.
money will have went into liquidity providing, I'm presuming, because that's a big thing, right? Even at the beginning of our thing, like when we go live, there's a very significant chance that we're going to be using liquidity providers to stand up some of the bigger, more like the sports markets and stuff like that until we find appropriate people to take over, or communities or companies to take over those markets and run them for us. But what I like about this chart here is there a drawing tool on this? Probably not, right? That'd suck. Be good if there was a drawing tool. But at the very beginning, so like if you're just looking at benchmarks, for me, it doesn't matter that they came down at the end of the election. For me, what matters is they're like 25% up on pre-election, right? So if you look at that little nub at the beginning,
Let's
right?
open this.
The brand value that they got, that's even better here. The brand value that they got, like they doubled actually, right?
Right
No,
now,
no,
yes. Actually,
it's
now
not.
it's
More than
around
25%.
50%.
Like there, yeah.
Remember,
Yeah.
in August, but we didn't end August yet. But for the previous 3 months, it's the double.
Yeah.
Consistently.
And I think that's great because that's just what you're looking for in growth, because they'll imagine that every year, because it's been going for anybody in crypto that's interested in geopolitics as well, which I think a lot of crypto people are, purely because of the impact in the price, right? Every time poly markets has went through an election, it's just got bigger and bigger. So they treat it like a growth campaign almost, right? And they have this big thing that they get around. And Kalshi did it with March Chadness. They had a big campaign devoted a lot of their homepage to it, and Polymarket had it, but Polymarket are, if you were to read between the lines, Polymarket are very hesitant to be seen as a sports betting entity, right? Because it attracts because it attracts other regulators, right? Kalshi doesn't give a shit. They're just fighting the regulators, and they're beating the regulators every time. And yeah, so I think it's interesting. It's interesting to see how these markets are. There's a lot of betting going on in them, like traditional style betting, but the information layer that you get from that betting and betting in other things like politics and economics and business and stocks and stuff like that, is good metadata for applying to actual trades.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And just to confirm what you just said, look at, where is it? Look at this. These are the top markets by volume. This is on Polymarket. So everything here, the top ones, by volume, they are all related to the Bolivia presidential election,
Interesting.
the top market. So exactly
Because
what
it's
you just
because
mentioned. It's happening
it just
now.
shows.
So go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
please.
shows you the power of how people want to bet in those markets. So something I
Mm-hmm.
realized I recently just kind of come across is political gambling and political betting is what a lot of these guys who are doing this on Twitter are calling themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
it's something I'm going to look through more and see if we can find some more interesting people, maybe invite them on and they can talk to us about these things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the politics thing. So Polymarkets do gear their entire site towards improving the amount of volume into politics because their whole
Mm-hmm.
homepage is devoted to it, right? There's other things in there as well, but it's you go on it and it's just it is politics, politics, politics.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
That's
cool, but
true.
it means it limits the information layer that you can get out of it, right? To basically finance and geopolitics.
It is. But still, what we've been discussing here, the top volume still comes from, I mean, overall volume throughout the year still comes from sports.
Yeah,
Maybe because that's more, I mean, sports are there the whole year. Or every couple of days or every single
yeah, yeah,
day,
yeah.
you have a new
Well,
competition going on. You have a
it's
new
the bread and
game or
butter of the business.
it is,
It's
yes,
like is
exactly.
what they need. Yeah.
Exactly. And talking about politics, since we are here, I'm taking a look at this market here just because of, oh, damn, I lost. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna bring this. So I've been following this trader here, tomato
Good.
sauce. Tomato sauce. It's the top trader here. Let me
I
share
can't see it. I
here.
can't see it. Where is it?
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah, you
changing.
need to share.
Yeah. Tomato sauce.
While
So
he's doing that, all right, we're good.
I'm
I was going to
following this.
segue for a moment.
Yeah. So I'm following this guy here. Tomato sauce, one of the top batters or predictors or forecasters on Polymarket.
Forecasters. That's nice. Very
Forecaster,
fancy.
yes, over $1,300,000 already. And dude, this guy has actually this one is a new. I mean, it wasn't here this morning. Maybe he just top up this position here.
Look at
But
the
I'm
value of the bets. This is not a dude. This is a
exactly.
company. This is a syndicate or something like that. This is
Probably, but I'm just following his positions, what he's doing, and I just love this one because I always remember the movie, just because the name of
it's
the guy.
Zohan, not Zoran.
Yeah, but I
It's
always remember
Zohan.
the. I know, but
Nobody
yes,
mess with Zohan.
nobody. I know. Fizzy Bubbler, you remember that?
People be like, yeah, I've watched it like a million times.
Yes,
I'm
I
a
know.
huge
It's a
Adam
nice
Sandler
movie.
fan. Like Adam Sandler. Do you know that at one point, I don't know if it's still true, he was like
Uh,
it was something like the richest comedian per minute of film made.
really?
Because his films
No.
are really easy to like low budget to make, but they gross
Uh
really
huh.
high, so he gets
Uh huh.
paid like he's super profitable. He's a profitable
Okay.
guy. Yeah,
Okay.
I like him.
Okay.
I like him a lot.
Yeah.
He seems like such a genuine dude. So yeah, big
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah. And so I always remember that movie when I see this market here. And so I've been following this guy because, dude, he has a great track record.
Yeah,
So
he's.
volume,
But
look at the
then we're into
volume
copy
traded.
trading, right? Are we copy trading? Is that what
Yeah,
we're doing here?
I cannot say
I'm not
that,
gonna lie. So he's
Shit,
not in.
I probably gonna mess this because I'm on the other side of the straight here.
I am not even gonna fuck with that, right? Because I just. Oh, is he doing it now?
He's doing
Oh, I
now, it's
thought it hadn't
live.
started
Yeah.
yet.
No,
All
no,
right.
it's
Okay.
he's here. But actually when I saw that in the beginning, dude, I thought it would be more exciting. I thought the guy would be kind of
No, if you know,
walking in the
so I
desert. It's just to
I've
be
done
there.
stuff like this where I've disappeared and not ate for days, right? And you don't
Yeah.
is there's nothing to do, right?
There's
And an
no, yeah.
interesting thing, the more you do, the more energy you're using. So if you're trying to like stay out, not reading books, like staying still and quiet is the best way to do it. But he's clearly talking and stuff like that.
No, he is. He's live streaming, so he's reading, he's playing with his phone, he's doing some stuff. But the interesting part is no one knows exactly where he is. I mean, the location is not shared.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, for
But it
safety
doesn't. For me,
purposes,
it doesn't
of course.
matter if he's in a desert or not. I think the desert's just a
Yeah,
thing, right? Like obviously the temperature
but
can cause
no,
problems, right? But if he's in a desert where it's cold, you know, if
that's
he's
the thing. Depending on where he is, the days are going to be really, really hot, really, really warm, and the nights are going to be really cold. So all the stress with these changes is going to make it harder as well.
yeah, I would imagine that he's done a lot of training, right? But that's a presumption, right?
How do
But
you
you
train
wouldn't
for
just
that?
stop and just be like, I'm going to fast for 40 days. That would
Yeah.
terrorize the shit out of you. That would like
How
I'm
do you
like
train
7 days in,
how do
well
you
done to
train
him
for
for
something
7
like
days.
that? You
You
go
don't
stay a couple of
you fast
days
in windows of like a
and
week
then
and stuff like that.
okay. And then
Same
you
way you
go
would train for
yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
Because I
okay.
found fasting for I did it for 4 days, and I found it pretty
4 day
easy because
why?
it was part of a thing I was doing. I do
Okay.
wild shit, you know that, you know.
I know,
I
you're a
was
crazy
away doing
motherfucker.
stuff, and
This
then
is this is
so
why
I
I love
was.
you. You're a crazy motherfucker. Yeah.
It's not just prediction
From
markets; a whole
from
bunch
the
of other
highlands.
unpredictable shit.
From the highlands. Yeah, I know. Dude, the only crazy shit that I tried was trying is like lemon juice in the morning without eating anything. You start with one lemon, second day 2 lemons, up to 7. On the 5th day, I was so I don't know, man. I felt I was going
What
to
is the
die.
purpose of this? I don't understand. Why would you do it?
Supposedly to clean your body and some stuff
Right.
like that. You know, the morning before water, there's a lot of acid shit in your stomach. Didn't make it. I didn't make it. That was hard, man.
Yeah, no,
But
that
yeah,
doesn't sound like fun to me. I
no,
like
it
that.
wasn't fun. But it was
But anyway,
anyway.
back to
I
Lord
was
Miles.
young. Yeah. I have one. Okay, go to Lord Miles because I have one more thing to show you guys. Do you want to talk about Lord Miles a little bit more?
No, well, not much.
I don't think he can
Well,
make it. But
while we are switching in, I'm going to like dump this here. So if you want to get our newsletter, you can sign up to the Daily Prediction. We're on Substack, so it's thedailyprediction.substack.com. And you can sign up for the newsletter. And if you're in there, we will ask you to also create an account at groovy.market. And we'll be able to give people access to the testnet.
yeah, secure your username before
All
I
right,
get
tell me
that.
this one.
So this is pretty interesting. I mean, it's DGN as fuck. So basically, when you buy a position on a prediction market, you get a token. That token represents your position of yes or the no outcome, and it has value,
Mhm.
of course. So here with Condor, it's not live yet. So basically, you can deposit your positions with yes or no, as collateral, and
Mhm.
borrow money against your positions.
Yes,
Basically, that's it. Basically, that's it.
this is how we know we're coming into the bull market, right? We're coming into the bull market because the amount of leverage and crazy ass shit that's going to be built over the next couple of weeks will be
Yes,
mad. I mean,
exactly.
great name, fun, fun Lord of the Rings shit going on,
Yeah.
but didn't Gondor fall?
It's
Is that an
magic
omen on
indeed.
its own? I don't know, but it's like
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like
nothing
that
lasts
is absolutely
forever.
mad.
What was the name last cycle? People were just minting money as crazy, depositing. Oh, it was not Stargate. Oh shit, I'm so awful with names. But I mean, the concept is really interesting. So it gives you liquidity. We just saw that guy, the what was the tomato guy,
Yeah,
tomato account, how much money was there? So okay, in open positions there, $300,000. Imagine you can deposit $300,000 and get I don't know what's the loan to value here, but let's say you can get 100,000. Okay, you can get that 100,000 and put in more markets. So you can
yeah.
leverage your positions on prediction markets, basically using your positions as collateral. So you deposit, you make more, you buy a position, you deposit that token, you get more money, you buy more positions. So, dude, it's leverage on top of prediction
Leverage,
markets, which
leverage,
yeah,
because that's what prediction markets don't have, and that's why the crazy ass gambling that isn't there, right? It's like
exactly.
this could be like the hyper liquid for poly market.
For polymarket, exactly, something like that. So it's interesting to see these new concepts So what we saw today here, prediction markets as a concept, they are growing. There is interesting that there's interested by users. So even new products, they are getting some traction, and people are starting to build, let's say, accessories around the essence
Yeah,
of prediction markets.
because
So it's the
Polymarket
DeFi.
did release some sort of accelerator where they were
Mhm.
asking people to come in and use their data and see if they had API access, like what could they build on Polymarket. And
Yeah,
this is clearly it. This is like one of the things that they've decided to go away and build.
and this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
And
any
should we look at our
our
fun this week
positions?
so far? So like for those that hadn't tuned in, I think Diego and I stuck $50 in our accounts. This is why we call it the Dollar Trade Show. And we were like, okay, so how do we make small amounts of money on Polymarket and come up with strategies, if that's actually a thing? And I had a strategy using ChatGPT to do my technical analysis off of screenshots, and it was working quite well until was it Monday when I woke up and I wasn't feeling right and I was just a bit tired and stuff, and I just went boom through like a $20 bet in on an 80% chance of winning, and I just creamed all of my profit from the week before and some more into pieces. And I've spent the past couple of days back to my dollar strategy and rebuilding. So this is, and I'm sticking with the same markets. We also decided because if you're not using like minute data when you're doing your TA, you're kind of taking a double risk on top of it. So what happened is, if I just look at my history, I was doing okay, kind of okay, and then where was it? I lost this. This one killed me. I got out, like I ended up losing like $15, but I just went back to my old sort of like $2, $3 in strategy on daily or hourlies. I've been favoring hourly a bit right now. I'm not sure why, but that's me back above my target, and you can see it in a lovely. This morning, I've been on a run. If I kept betting today, I probably would have $10 or $15, I imagine. But I have work to do because we are building a product, so I can't sit here all day and do that business. But there's my week. Like that was Monday.
This was
That was a
Monday,
bad day.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, look how well I'm doing. Like if you look at my month, it's like, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, it started to make some money. Oh, made a mistake. And we're going, but look, my mistake wasn't as bad. So, oh, another mistake. Slowly, like I'll take a 50 cent. Look, I took 50 cent. I was taking any profits I could. So that's kind of where I'm at. And like I was saying,
I'm
sticking to
not going to.
Polymarket because it's crypto and sticking in the hourlies or the dailies. I might start doing weeklies. But my plan is to like build this pot up, maybe by get another like $15 in there with the strategy I'm doing to see if it's consistent. Because if I consistently win at like $2-3 bets, and I don't feel like much has changed in the market that day or that week, then there's nothing stating really that unless something comes out of nowhere that I couldn't start putting bigger bets on and increasing that. And I think like I'd like to get me up to like $500 profit.
Mm-hmm.
So like in my whole thing, like have $550 and be like, okay, so I've got a sort of pattern of behavior here, and then ideally, I think one day it would be great to build that pot up enough where I'm just throwing like 2 or 3K of profit into these things.
Mm-hmm. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time.
Yeah, I think so.
No hush. No hush. Yeah. So that's it for today, guys. Anything else, Nick? A last shout out or something like that?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there's always a shout out if you are on any of our other channels that isn't X or Twitter because I don't really like calling it X. We're on Groovy Market or at Groovy Market _ and sign up to the Daily Predict and just start learning about this stuff because this is early. We're still early. We've
Yeah.
Polymarket and Kalshi and Kalish. Kalish? Yeah, Kalish. I don't know why I keep saying Kalshi. It's Kalshi. Yeah, all right. I was right.
Kalshi, yeah,
Kalshi with the help of Robinhood, because they get a lot of their traffic from Robinhood, right? Showed that people want this and will use it, whether it's crypto or not. This is the style of market participation that people are looking for, and we're going to see all sorts of different permutations of this, like maybe simpler ones, maybe more niche ones, rather than having like the kings that are doing everything. And what we're doing is we're trying our best to decentralize it, and the first way we're going to do it is allow you, the individual, to create a market and allow other people to trade on it. You will make 1% of that the pot at the end. So you don't need to, if you're a KOL and you're watching this, you can make money without shelling tokens. Just saying, just shelling your ideas and your thoughts on things. I mean, that's probably the most profitable way to make money.
Yes. And that's it. And remember, our DMs are open. So if you have feedback, if you want to know more, if you want to participate in the show, if you have something to add, hit us a DM. Okay? We will be here tomorrow, probably at the same time.
Yeah. All right, guys. Okay. See you later.
Have a good one, guys.